Okay, I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teacheth the Bible in 100% truth, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes of Israel, especially the 144,000, who consist of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in the land of the Americas, as well as the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners living amongst the other nations. Shalom to you. Shalom. Yeah, I'm just doing a quick video. I've just seen something, and I had to make a video. This is Psalm 64, starting at verse 2. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked." The wicked, the secret counsel of the wicked. This is from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. It says, "Who whet their tongue," the word wet as in sharpen, "who sharpen their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words." It says, "That they may shoot in secret at the perfect, suddenly do they shoot at him, and fear not." It says, "They encourage themselves in an evil matter, they commune of laying snares privily." They come together to lay traps privately, and they say, "Who shall see them?" It says, "They search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep." It says, "But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded." It says, "So shall they make their own tongue fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away." It says, "And all men shall fear, and shall declare the work of the Most High, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. The righteous shall be glad in Yahweh, and trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory." And Psalm 64, obviously the main point of this is really, you can see it in verse 2, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked." This is a psalm, ultimately it's a prayer, and it's David, asking the Most High to hide him from the secret counsel of the wicked. This is from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. So, we're fast approaching Jacob's trouble, the the end times. Obviously, we've got all these different things I spoke of in the last video. We've got all these things going off in the world. You've got wars in various places, rumors of wars. You've got free speech being attacked, people's ideologies being attacked. With the powers that be, they're creating all these attacks, attacks upon themselves, attacks on different, like I say, ideologies. And as we keep saying, this to bring about order out of chaos. So in the last video, I spoke about, for example, Charlie Chalk. You got this scenario with Charlie Chalk, and then you see this psyop, which is short for psychological operation, and then you watch it, you wonder, and you see this guy supposedly got a shot. Everything after that seems a bit iffy. We're not too sure, and it's getting blamed on certain people, and then people are coming out and saying, well, you attacking Charlie Chalk is attacking a particular ideology, and they're saying, well, you've got the speech that was made at his memorial about the fact that attacking the ideology with violence, so it gives them the right to attack back, so on and so forth. So we've got all these coded messages going on. There's all this confusion, different stories, headlines. You go through the news, you just get a plethora of different types of headlines, ranging from many different things. And the world is just very unsettled. And the elites are bringing chaos, and out of that they're going to bring order, which is the mark of the beast, the MOTB, Revelation 13. Obviously, digital ID, digital currency. First of all, it's going to be on your phone. Eventually, it's going to move to the device under the skin. And as I said in the last video, you have then a collapse in society, in the order of society, a breakdown, and that gives them the reason to introduce the answer, which is the fulfillment of the prophecy, Revelation 13:16 on down, MOTB. So the Most High is doing that, and he's doing it to turn the world upside down, to bring chaos, for these elites to think that they can implement this new plan, but then the Most High to ultimately bring judgment, kill a lot of people, judge a lot of people around the earth, make the earth shake, and so on and so forth. So we're in this time, we're in this privileged position where we can see all aspects. We can see the lies, we can see the people who are who give the lies out, and we can see the people who receive the lies, and then we can see all the parts that are moving parts that are involved. And then we understand the Most High, then we understand he's controlling it, and then we watch it and we speak on it. And so, like I say, with, for example, with Charlie Chalk, you've now had his memorial, and this speech was made about the dragon. So it's like coded messages. In amongst all that, you get all these little coded messages. And so we're in that time. You've got to be diligent. You got to look out, as it says here. Hide me, as King David basically wrote out, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. So we know the wicked are the Edomites. They're in power today, and they're likely to have secret councils, and that they will work their iniquity. And it says, then it goes on to say, and they sharpen their tongue like a sword, bend their bows to shoot their arrows and even bitter words, so that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, which is the Israelites. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. So in this time where this persecution is about to come, Jacob's trouble, Jacob's trouble is trouble for Jacob. It's also trouble for the other nations. The thing that Jacob doesn't quite see, these 2/3, is that Jacob's the ones who are going to get it first. So we look at these psychological operations. We know they're pushing us towards them cutting off freedom of speech, implementing the MOTB, so on and so forth. So I came across this, which is what's driven me to make this particular video. Now here I am minding my own business, trying to sort out a few things, and so I've got YouTube, I'm just pulling up different things that come across, different videos, so on and so forth. So I came across, it says here, look, you can see it here, news on the right hand side, news about kingdom of Kubala, Kubala, whatever it is. And there's another one here, African tribe mock eviction authorities in bizarre twists. So basically, I didn't know about this, but this is crazy. So in Scotland, which is north of the UK, you got England, UK, United Kingdom, and obviously the north of England, you've got Scotland. And it says tribe refusing to leave despite eviction notice. So they got this African tribe, right? Cut a long story short, this apparently, I'm finding out about this story about 10 minutes ago, literally, like before I made this video. So this African tribe has turned up to Scotland. They started living in the woods, and then some Scottish council, let me get it on the map. So the Scottish council, Jedburgh. So you got Edinburgh, Jedburgh, Newcastle, and somewhere along here you've pretty much got the border. So Newcastle's in England and Jedburgh's in Scotland. So these guys have turned up, they've rocked up to the woods, and this kingdom of Kubala, or whatever it is, from Africa have turned up. They're living there. So they've hit them with an eviction notice. They told them to leave by Monday, but Monday's come and gone, and they haven't left. Yeah, what's today? Today, Wednesday. So yeah, Monday came, they haven't left. So this was done 1 day ago. This video. This is 1 day ago there. So that's Tuesday. They've reported. So when you watch this news report, right, it's just strange from the beginning. So already it's almost like a satire TV program. So this reporter turns up and he's walking around these woods. And the more I'm watching it, the more I'm saying, nah, this is this is not right. And then even when you read through the comments, right, it says we're literally living in a simulation. I swear. And this is what I'm saying. You sit there thinking, nah, this ain't right. And then I'm an African living in Africa, and honestly, that's insane. No way we can survive in a sunless country. No, but there's one here. Oh, here we go. So I'm a Kenyan who sadly slept through my history lesson on the kingdom of Kubala. It says, when does the kingdom expect us to join him? Surely not in the Scottish winter. And he's laughing. So even this Kenyan guy has never heard of this. So when you're watching it, right, he goes around, this reporter, he like, let me get the picture. So he turns up like, here you go, here's the king. This is a king just sitting there in the tree. Someone's field over here. There's probably a bus stop about 50 meters down the road there. But here it is, you've got a king sitting, African king, turned up to Scotland in Jedburgh, and he's claiming the land, and he's basically saying that the Most High, he follows the Most High's laws, right? So it gets weirder. So this guy's got like an African accent when they talk to him. She's got an African accent, and then the handmaiden turns up. She's got like an American accent, and I'm watching it. I'm thinking to myself, this is like a fucking. It's just staged. It's like a TV set. And then he says something, and this is why I had to say, nah, I got to make this video. I'm gonna lead you up to that point in a minute. So yeah, so now here he goes. He rocks up to the king. So you got the king, you got his queen, and then you got some handmaiden around the corner. And so basically he talks to this king. This king's got an African accent. He says, I'm from, I don't know, Africa, blah, blah, blah. And basically, I'm here to reclaim the land. So this is where it starts getting all mystical and murky. So he goes, I'm here to reclaim the land. My people were taken from them 400 years ago. So I said, hang on a minute. Sounds like iconoclasm. You know, we are living in the latter days. We are waiting for Yahushua to come and return us to our true land and put us back in control of the earth. Are we not? So I'm saying to myself, well, this sounds a bit familiar. So that's when I have to open my ears. So this is Kofi Efe, whatever, King Atihihi of Kabbalah, or whatever. And so they're going, you know, what are you doing here? And this is already, I'm like, hang on a minute. So you got this man, African tribe, paint on his face. These types of men, they walk around with spears. And if you get too close, you know, they'll poke you with the spear. So how's it this Edomite reporter has got this close, sticking a camera in his face, just rocked up on the day? Do you think you think he rang up and made an appointment with his secretary? So, you know, they want you to believe this is Sky News. This is Sky News. 8.94 million subscribers. 243,000 views in 1 day. A self-styled African tribe that is camping in the woodland in Scotland is staying put despite eviction notice from the local council. And so they said to him, like, what are you doing? And he goes, basically, I'm reclaiming the land that was taken from our ancestors 400 years ago. Then he goes, where are you from? He goes, I'm from Africa. He goes, but our people, check this out, right? So he goes, our people are from all corners of the earth. We come from everywhere. And we're all coming back. They're all going to join me soon to reclaim the earth. So I said, okay, hang on a minute. I'm scratching my head here. You got first bit sounded like iconoclasm, the 400 years ago, Renaissance times. And the second bit sounds like the elect. from all four corners of the earth. And then he goes to the he goes he goes, but yeah, but like the Scottish Council gave you an eviction notice to leave by Monday 12 p.m. and it's now like Tuesday, you're still here. And this guy's like, nah, I don't listen to no Scottish Council law, blah blah blah. I deal with the Most High's law. Starts pointing at the sky, the earth, and he goes, the Most High's law is above everybody else's law, right? And this is where he kills it. This is when I said, nah, this motherfucker is acting. This is when I said, because I'm looking at him going, nah, you're kind of watching it. You're watching their eyes, looking at everything, Psalm 64. So you're watching it. And this is when he fucked up for me. This is when I said, nah, I have to make a video. So then, in his little speech, where he's saying, all the people they're coming back to reclaim their land. They're going to join me very soon. We're going to take back our land from all corners of the earth. He then says, he then refers to the people who are in the land today. Scottish people, English people, whatever. And then he goes to say the name of them. And then he stutters. And he goes, and then he went, Edomites. And then I said, damn, so first of all you said Edomites. He called them Edomites. This is fucking Sky TV. On TV, Sky fucking News. He called Caucasian people and Edomites. He said, blah, 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 from these Edomites, we're taking it back. I'll leave the link in the description box so you can watch it. So he basically says, and we're coming to reclaim the land. But then when he says Edomites, he goes, he almost goes to say a word like ER, like and then he stops and he goes Edomites because it's Ed, it's not it's not so he goes Edomites. He says it like that, and so what it is, that's the key word. You see, if he's an actor and they teach him all this stuff, they say this is your little script, this is what you got to do, but then that Edomite word is then the people of this world aren't that familiar with it. We Edomites roll off our tongue like it's nothing because we say it all the time. We understand how the Most High looks at the nations and how he refers to them. He sees everybody on the planet Earth as of one of 18 groups of people, one of 18 nations, and one of them is called Edomites. So to us it's normal. And my man rolled it off the tongue. And then another red flag. The whole time he's referring to his people, he's referring to them as black. So I said, nah, no, listen, man. If you're going to talk about reclaiming land taken from you 400 years ago, your people scattered all across the earth, coming back to join you to reclaim your land, and you're talking about Edomites, you shouldn't be calling yourself black. But he did. And he said it about 4 or 5 times. We black people this, we black, yeah, black, devoid of light. And that just shows you they're devoid of light. Of all the stuff that they have, the information. I believe this is all put together. So we'll get to that in a minute. But all that information that they gave him, they put it all together. They're still not like what we are, because we have the spirit. We understand everything. So you put together this charade, and we can see the holes in it, like clear as day. So why are you referring to yourself as black, but you were referring to these Caucasians as Edomites? This don't make sense. It's stupid. And like I say, what type of man, Edomite news reporter, can stick his camera in the nose of some African king? This guy's an actor. So anyway, so then after that, they're talking to him. Then they move to his woman. Right? So, and this is another red flag, because they start talking to her now. And she's like, yeah, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. Listen, man, you go to Africa, some Edomite reporter, you go to Africa and try and talk to the king. That's one thing. They'll stick a spear in your throat. You get too close too quick. And then try and talk to his woman. And see how long you last. They'll behead you before you even finish your first sentence. You think you can go to Africa and start talking to one of them king's wives just straight off the bat and stick a microphone in her face and ask her questions? And then, where is it? The handmaiden. Then they roll up on the handmaiden. Let me find her. Because this one now, she's got an American accent. You can hear the American twang in the background. And they say, "What's your job? What's your role?" "My role is to make sure everything is perfect for the Queen, or it's my responsibility." I'm thinking, make sure everything's in order. You're living in a fucking field. What fucking kind of order have you got? So she sits there like this. They've all got the fucking flour on their face, and she plays the role of the handmaiden. But she's American chick. And then I saw somewhere else there was another video, and there was another one, a news one about her. Oh yeah, look, Fears the tribe handmaiden is being groomed by Kubala King. So now she's part of a. She might be groomed, and look, you can see they're talking to her, filming her walking. And I'm watching this, and I'm saying to myself, but this is the news. If you said to me this is some like TV program, satire, comedy, dark humor, whatever, I get it. And then he rocks up, he's giving his opinion. I'm just totally gobsmacked. I'm not gobsmacked at the fact that it's false. I'm just gobsmacked at the fact that somebody is trying to pull this bullshit off. You know, Psalm 64. We know we're going to be lied to. We know they have secret councils. We know they try to pull off these stunts. I think is it Apostle Peter spoke about the wiles of the devil, or was it Paul? I'm not sure, but we know to be wary of the wiles of the devil, of the trickery, the cunningness of the devil, and that spirit works through these Edomites. You watch, like I keep saying, you watch these things. You watch these. You watch these like. You watch. I don't know. You watch Donald Trump come out and give a speech, and then a week later they give out another speech, and then they get 6 months later. It's all just like this one big long continuous TV program and TV show, and every week the actors come out and they perform their part, and then we follow the storyline, like like climate control. Oh my God, that's the new storyline. What's going to happen this week? Well, climate control is taking hold of the earth. And tune in for next week to find out what happens in the next episode, and that's all it is. So then the next problem, and like obviously we keep saying, now you look around, the intensity, the amount of things going on, everything's very confusing. This is another one, just to throw this in there. Some random Wednesday evening, 25th of September, the day after the rapture, the so-called rapture, which we're still waiting for that one to happen. And now this dude rocks up, and the fact that he called them Edomites, and he spoke about reclaiming land, and the fact that we're all over 4 corners of the earth. This is a psyop, and it's directed at. It's aimed at. Something to do with come on, man. This is something. This is kind of based around being a Hebrew Israelite. That's what they're trying to imply. And then the reason that they've done it's clearly fake. It's clearly nonsense. They've put it on major national news. So there's something going on with this. That's all I'll say for now. But you thought Charlie Chalk was a psychological operation. This is one hell of a psychological operation. This is unbelievable. I just can't believe it. But yeah, they're they're putting it out there. Edomites, Caucasians, people coming back to reclaim their land. That's us. So, who knows where this, well, we know where it's going to go. Eventually, they're going to ban the word, and they're going to clamp down certain things. There's a lot of things to come. Persecution, yeah, Jacob's trouble, breaking down of society, upside down, everything's upside down, people taken to the streets. But yet, in some places around the earth, people will still be marrying, eating, and drinking. And then Yahushua will return. So I'll leave the link for this in the description box. You have to, 100% have to watch it. You're going to watch this and you're going to watch it again. I guarantee it. You're going to watch it and you're gonna think of the things I said, and you're going to watch it and you're going to say, no, you're going to watch it again. It's literally, it's just staged. It's just 100% staged. But the fact that it's on the news is got me. So I'll leave it right there. I hope that's edifying. Until next time, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakak Wadash. Until next time, Shalom.